Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how to connect a Guesty to Mailchimp and Google Sheets. Two very popular applications. Mailchimp, can help you send beautiful email newsletters to a large list of people quickly and easily. And Google Sheets, sometimes you just need a spreadsheet. You want all your information in one single sheet so you can run reports, charts, and know exactly how your business is doing. So let me show you how to set this up. First, we are going to go to Guesty. I'm logged in here, and I'm going to go to the integrations area. And if I hover over that, you see there's this option for Marketplace. So I'm going to click on that. Inside the Marketplace, there's a tile for API Nation. So I'm going to click Connect. And you can read more about API Nation. We'll connect Guesty to Mailchimp, Google Sheets, BombBomb, QuickBooks. Go ahead and just click Connect to get started. And that's going to create an API key, and we're going to need that. It looks like it copied it to my clipboard, so that's great. So now I'm actually going to go to apination.com, and I'm going to set up this integration from Guesty to Google Sheets and Guesty to Mailchimp. So I'll click Discover Connections, and these are all the apps you can connect on API Nation. So I'm going to scroll down. You can see Guesty is under G, so I'm going to click on that. And then you can see here are our Guesty options. So there's Google Sheets and Mailchimp. I'm going to hold Command and I'm going to click on Mailchimp to open that up in a new window so I can open that up later. But right now, let's do Google Sheets. And there's two options. You can do Guesty People to Google Sheets, and you can do Guesty Property to Google Sheets. You can do both. I'm going to do People to start, and then we'll go back and do Property. And to connect it, I'm just going to click Connect Guesty. You remember that API token is copied to our clipboard. So I'm going to highlight everything that Google autofilled and hit Control V and paste. So now that token from Guesty, this token here, is just copied and pasted in there. And then I'm just going to label this connection. If you are managing multiple Guesty accounts, be sure to label it something you'll remember to separate it from the other Guesty connections. But if you are just doing one, you can just name it Guesty Connection. Or Guesty. That's fine. And now we're going to connect to Google Sheets. Similar thing. I'm going to click Connect Google Sheets. And I'm just going to choose the Google account I want this sheet to be stored in. It's just going to store it in the Google Drive connected to that Google account. Great. There's just a few options here. Do I want to sync all the guests, or do I just want to sync new guests and any modified guests going forward? You probably want all the guests in there, just so you have a complete record. So I'm going to click that checkbox and hit Save. And then you can name your spreadsheet whatever you'd like. So by default, it's called Guesty People. But if you want to call it Guesty Guests or something like that, that's totally fine. Hit Save. And then you can see the mapping. For Google Sheets, it doesn't really matter. We just take everything Guesty offers and place it in your Google Sheet. So that all looks great. Everything is saved. I'm going to hit this big Activate Your Sync. And now that workflow is running. So great. Let's go back and let's connect Guesty Property. So I'm going to go back through that same process, find Guesty, click on Google Sheets, and this time I'm going to do Guesty Property. Because I've connected Guesty and Google Sheets already, these will all be ready to go. I can just configure the sync and then launch it. Again, I'm going to sync all reservations, save it. I can name my sheet Guesty Properties, Guesty Guest Houses, whatever you'd like. And again, the mapping is all done. And we're going to fire this up. Great, sync is running. So now I have two. I can go into my syncs and I see I have two Guesty syncs running, Guesty People to Google Sheets and Guesty Property to Google Sheets. So let's go connect Mailchimp. So I'm just going to click Activate here. And I've already connected Guesty, so now we just need to connect to Mailchimp. And you can see for Mailchimp, we just need that API key, and we're going to label it again. So I'm going to open up Mailchimp. The API key is super easy to find. I'm already logged in. So I'm going to click on my account here in the bottom corner. Click Account. And then I'm going to click Extras and API Keys. There you'll see an API key. Go ahead and highlight it all and hit Command C or Control C to copy. go back to API Nation, and you're just going to hit Control V or Command V to paste it in there. And you can just label it. I'm going to label this Guesty and connect. Great, so Guesty and Mailchimp are now connected. And it's going to be a similar thing. I'm going to want to sync all guests. I want to create that email newsletter list with everybody I've had so far. And I want to add it to whatever audience I have in Mailchimp. So I have 2 audiences in Mailchimp. One of them is called Guesty Info. So I'm actually going to send it to that one. And you could rename your Mailchimp list by just going into Audience, Manage Audience, and Settings. And then it's just the audience name and default. So I've created one called Guesty Info. That way I know these are all my Guesty guests. So I'm going to save that. And then here, there's all this information that Guesty can sync to Mailchimp. And Mailchimp currently has these fields. So if you'd like something else synced to Mailchimp, for example, I'm getting first name, last name, email, notes. Maybe I also want hometown. So if that's what I'd like, I can either map it to something in Mailchimp that's currently, or I can hop into Mailchimp. You see there's these audience fields and merge tags. I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to create a new field, add a field. It's a text field, and we're going to call this hometown. Save. Great, now we have a field in our Mailchimp audience. So I'm going to go back to API Nation. I'm just going to refresh the page, and then API Nation is going to recheck that Mailchimp account. So we're going to check this again. This looks great. And now you'll see under the Mailchimp side, there's now a hometown field I can map to. So let's map it. So I click on hometown on the Guesty side, hometown on the Mailchimp side, and now that information is going to come over. I'm going to save it and go up to activate your sync. And that's it. So now we have connected Guesty to Google Sheets. We're getting those people, we're getting the properties, and we're getting our Guesty people also in Mailchimp. And these spreadsheets, they just live in Google Drive. So you can go into Google Drive, and there is the Guesty people. And all that information will be filled out, and you can just run quick reports, charts, and get a bunch of valuable information from your business in a single spreadsheet. So that's it. We're excited to offer these Guesty integrations to Mailchimp, to Google Sheets. Again, we also have BombBomb and QuickBooks. You can take a look at those. If you have any questions, any thoughts, just give us an email, give us a phone call. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.